Coach, we're just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at New Era Field in Orchard Park, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. 3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Jerry Hughes on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, it's Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
And, Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Throwing on third down, here's Rudolph. He gets it to Brown, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Rudolph on first down. That's complete. It's Bell. Still shedding tackles. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
A give to Bell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now Bell. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage.
Fighting for the end zone, he lost the football, it's out, and the Bills have recovered.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
So on fourth down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So they get the 3 points, but they've now had 3 trips into the red zone, and that's all they've come away with.
And in the NFL, the way they measure red zone efficiency and success, did you score touchdowns on those drives? That's first and foremost. Getting points, that's the second measurement. So by that measure, they haven't done very well. They've got to figure that out.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Allen now on 1st down. And that's incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Howard that time. And it's 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
After the interception, here's Rudolph. Sliding out of the pocket. James has got it. Complete. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here's Rudolph now on 2nd down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now Rudolph on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Rudolph throwing again. And that's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Back to the air, Rudolph. This is Bell on the dump off. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. No, check, Patriot. Detroit.
Rudolph going to throw again. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye. Here's Bell. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the 1st quarter.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. It's a quarterback sneak, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Mason Rudolph, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell, and the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out come the Bills. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Detroit! Leopard!
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Allen going to throw. And an alley to run. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
On first down, Allen. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Lucky 56.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. This is caught. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
No, check. Patriot.
And again, it's Allen. This will be caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. In for the score. And the Bills have cut it to within a score. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Space to maneuver at the 40. Le'Veon Bell. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Boswell good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 40.
No. Check. Patriot.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
This is Howard on second down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Allen now looks to throw. Forced out to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Gone.
Allen throwing again. Steps away to his left. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Now let's go.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Going to drop this off to McCoy, complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Jordan Howard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills draw a bit closer. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Hauschka adds the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle them up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to slip through.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's James. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Leopard! Here we go now. 3-19.
Rudolph on 3rd down. And incomplete here on 3rd down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
I got you, 88. I got you.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Looking long for Thomas. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. So 1:56 to play in this first half. Back to Buffalo after this. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. On play action, Allen. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
23 yards on the play. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Here comes a 1st down throw for Rudolph. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Detroit!
On 2nd down, here's Rudolph. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Rudolph throwing on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. So after the INT, it's Allen. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Buying time to his left. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
Hauschka with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they will start out in great shape, up very close to midfield. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park, with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Allen throwing on second down. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Allen. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
To throw on second down. Allen. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll be a gain of 4. And they're going to face a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Bills on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Now let's go.
From the gun, it's Allen. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Allen to throw. Looking to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Allen to throw it. It's caught. Jones. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Detroit! Detroit!
On first and goal, Howard. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Jordan Howard with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bills will extend their lead. And his kick is right through. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now Rudolph on first down. And that is incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but it must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
The give is to Bell. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll find Washington. That's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
On play action, Allen. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 14.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Sponge, sponge, sponge. No,
Off the play fake. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
The rookie Allen sharp on this drive as he leads his guys up 1st and 10. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now Allen, he'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Wide open receiver complete. Sheds off the tackle. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Bills on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And he's got it to Hearns. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Three down. Check 24, check 24.
Gun!
To throw, it's Allen. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he works free. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19.
Now Allen again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. The Bills on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
To the air, Allen. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Escaping the pressure right. That is incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Play action. Now it's Allen. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. In for the score. And the Bills will extend their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Hauschka with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st and 10, Rudolph. Man open left side is Brown. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Jerry Hughes in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
From the gun, here's Rudolph. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Trent Murphy in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll fake it. Now Rudolph. He's going to let it fly. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
All right, here we go. 319! 319!
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Hot!
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Buffalo, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami